Rising from the banks of the Euphrates, one city would become synonymous with power, wisdom, and mystery: Babylon. Home to hanging gardens, towering ziggurats, and the world's first written laws, Babylon shaped civilization itself, and then vanished into legend. Today, we uncover the secrets of ancient Babylon. A like helps the channel grow. Your subscription helps keep history from being forgotten. The rise of Babylon. Babylon began as a small Akkadian city on the Euphrates River in what is now modern-day Iraq. The city's name likely means Gate of the Gods in ancient Akkadian. Babylon remained relatively minor until the rise of King Hammurabi around 1792 BC. Hammurabi transformed Babylon into the capital of a powerful, unified empire across Mesopotamia. Through military conquest and shrewd diplomacy, he united previously independent city-states under Babylonian rule. This period, known as the Old Babylonian Empire, marked the city's first golden age. After Hammurabi's death, Babylon faced centuries of invasions, decline, and foreign domination. The Kassites, Assyrians, and other powers repeatedly conquered and controlled the city over generations. Babylon's true legendary status arrived centuries later under the Neo-Babylonian Empire. This second golden age would make Babylon the most powerful and dazzling city in the ancient world. Hammurabi's Code of Law. Hammurabi is best remembered today for creating one of history's earliest written legal codes. The Code of Hammurabi contained 282 laws covering trade, family, property, and criminal justice. It was carved into a massive stone stele, displayed publicly for all citizens to see. The code followed a famous principle often summarized as an eye for an eye. Punishments varied dramatically depending on the social class of both victim and offender. The laws covered surprisingly modern issues, including contracts, wages, and professional malpractice. Doctors, builders, and merchants faced strict penalties for negligence or fraud under Hammurabi's code. The code aimed to protect the weak from exploitation by the powerful, at least in theory. This legal system influenced later Mesopotamian and possibly even biblical legal traditions. Today, the stele stands in the Louvre Museum, offering a direct window into ancient justice. Nebuchadnezzar and the Neo-Babylonian Empire. Babylon's most famous ruler, Nebuchadnezzar II, took the throne around 605 BC. Under his reign, Babylon became the largest and wealthiest city in the known world. Nebuchadnezzar expanded the empire through military campaigns across Mesopotamia and the Levant. He famously conquered Jerusalem, destroying its temple and exiling many of its people to Babylon. This event, known as the Babylonian captivity, deeply shaped Jewish history and religious identity. Nebuchadnezzar invested heavily in transforming Babylon into an architectural marvel. He rebuilt the city's massive walls, said to be wide enough for chariots to race atop them. The famous Ishtar Gate, covered in glazed blue tiles and golden dragons, marked the city's grand entrance. His building projects combined military strength with dazzling displays of religious and royal power. Under his rule, Babylon reached the peak of its wealth, influence, and legendary reputation. The Hanging Gardens of Babylon are counted among the 7 wonders of the ancient world. Ancient writers described terrace gardens filled with exotic trees, flowers, and cascading plants. Legend claims Nebuchadnezzar built the gardens to comfort his homesick wife, who missed her mountainous homeland. Ancient sources describe an ingenious irrigation system lifting water from the Euphrates to upper terraces. Despite extensive searching, archaeologists have never definitively located physical remains of the gardens in Babylon. This mystery has led some historians to question whether the gardens existed in Babylon at all. One competing theory suggests the gardens actually existed in the Assyrian city of Nineveh instead. Assyrian King Sennacherib is known to have built elaborate palace gardens with advanced irrigation systems. Ancient historians may have confused or merged stories from these two powerful Mesopotamian cities. Whether myth or reality, The Hanging Gardens remain one of history's most captivating architectural legends. Babylonian science and mathematics. Babylonian scholars made extraordinary advances in mathematics, astronomy, and record-keeping. They developed a base 60-number system, which we still use today for time and angles. This is why our clocks have 60 minutes and circles have 360 degrees. Babylonian mathematicians could solve complex equations, including early forms of algebra and geometry. Their astronomers tracked planetary movements with remarkable precision using centuries of recorded observations. Babylonian priests and scholars developed detailed calendars based on careful lunar observations. They created some of the earliest known star catalogs and predictive astronomical tables. Babylonian astrology, though mystical in nature, laid groundwork for later scientific astronomy. Clay tablets reveal sophisticated understanding of multiplication tables, square roots, and fractions. Much of this scientific knowledge later influenced Greek and eventually modern mathematics and astronomy. Religion, MYTHS, and the Tower of Babel. Babylonian religion featured a rich pantheon led by Marduk, the city's chief protector god. The Enuma Elish, Babylon's creation myth, described Marduk defeating chaos to create the world. Babylon's most iconic religious structure was the Edamananki, a massive stepped ziggurat temple. This towering structure likely inspired the biblical story of the Tower of Babel. According to the Bible, humanity attempted to build a tower reaching the heavens in Babylon. The story explains the origin of different languages as divine punishment for human pride. Archaeologists believe the real Edamananki stood roughly 91 meters tall, an immense achievement for its time. Religious festivals, including the elaborate New Year Akitu festival, reinforced the king's divine authority. Priests held significant political power, interpreting omens and advising on major state decisions. Babylonian mythology and religious structures left a lasting imprint on later Judeo-Christian tradition. Daily life in ancient Babylon. Babylon was a bustling, diverse city filled with merchants, craftsmen, priests, and officials. The city's economy thrived on agriculture, made possible by extensive irrigation from the Euphrates. Babylonian society was structured into distinct classes, from nobles and priests to farmers and slaves. Marketplaces buzzed with trade in textiles, pottery, metalwork, and imported luxury goods. Cuneiform writing on clay tablets recorded everything from business contracts to love poems. Babylonian homes ranged from simple mud-brick dwellings to elaborate multi-room residences for the wealthy. Beer and bread formed dietary staples, alongside dates, fish, and various grains. Music, board games, and storytelling provided entertainment across all levels of Babylonian society. Women in Babylon could own property, run businesses, and even initiate divorce under certain conditions. Daily life reflected a sophisticated urban civilization, remarkably advanced for its ancient era. The fall and legacy of Babylon. Babylon's power began declining after Nebuchadnezzar's death, amid succession struggles and instability. In 539 BC, Persian king Cyrus the Great conquered Babylon with surprisingly little resistance. Ancient accounts suggest Cyrus took the city without a prolonged siege, aided by internal Babylonian discontent. Under Persian rule, Babylon remained an important city but lost its independent political power. Centuries later, Alexander the Great captured Babylon and even planned to make it his empire's capital. Alexander's sudden death in Babylon in 323 BC marked another turning point in the city's history. Following Alexander's death, Babylon gradually declined as new cities rose to prominence nearby. Over centuries, the city was slowly abandoned, its mud brick structures returning to dust and desert. Archaeological excavations beginning in the 19th century finally revealed Babylon's buried grandeur to the modern world. Today, Babylon's ruins stand as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, a testament to one of history's greatest civilizations. From Hammurabi's laws to Nebuchadnezzar's gleaming gates, Babylon shaped the ancient world in ways still felt today, in our math, our myths, and even our measurement of time. Though its walls have crumbled, its secrets continue to fascinate us thousands of years later. If you enjoyed uncovering the mysteries of Babylon, subscribe for more ancient history, and tell us in the comments which lost civilization we should explore next.